Oh, do you know what?
CK on at the moment, huh?
I know. Like I'm about to go do a round of golf, don't I?
It's Calvin Klink, is it? Welly Market.
No. I can't remember. I think I went to a driving range once, bought myself some golf gear, not played since.
I didn't realise he made golf gear.
Nor did I. But I bought this in a t-shirt thinking...
American Golf.
No. Where was it from? It might have even been Sports Direct, to be fair.
Nice. Shout out Sports Direct.
Shout out. Yeah, to be fair, cheap and cheerful.
Yeah.
But it was, I thought, if I buy this and don't play golf, at least I can maybe still get away with wearing that.
Yeah.
Going to watch football
it's
or something.
Like the dudes when you're... You know, like the dudes who get the bike for Christmas. And they immediately buy... Like they
all the
immediately
gear.
buy all the Lycra. And you're like,
Yeah.
why don't you just wait a couple of months to fit in the Lycra?
Yeah.
And then purchase it. Don't just squeeze in with
Yeah.
the talcum powder and just chafe up.
It's true. If you last this whole episode without taking that hoodie off, I'm going to be very impressed. Your brow could be going.
Susan Boylan, man. Suzanne Boylan.
Oh, that's something that we can do. More puns.
Puns, right?
Always want the puns. I don't know if you remember when we finished the last episode, we had almost like a what you got going on next month. It's literally been a month since we last did it.
I know. And we've had Christmas in between.
We have had Christmas, so it's not been all go. It's not been all action. And I think I wasn't expecting you to quit your job in the last month, but
I haven't quit.
How's hold on, let's move on.
I haven't quit.
How's your last month been?
What do you want to know?
What you got exciting like that? Anything?
So obviously the old sales life. Well, you can't bloody get anything in the country. Not that I'm hustling drugs or anything, but you can't get anything into the country at the moment. Targets, expectations, the weight of those expectations. The inner question monologue every morning of like,
still going.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Come on, you gotta do it.
We've shared a few messages in this period, and you're just like,
oh mate, I
fucking hate this.
When to jump, which is a book about jumping into the life you want and nothing else.
Have you finished it?
No, I started a couple of chapters and I welled up. Anyone out there, go and read the book When to Jump.
It's quality.
I can't remember the chap that it's by. But yeah, no, I read it and I welled up because I was like, the feelings that you're going through when you have the purpose or mission on the other side, but you're still almost like, you know, like balancing yourself out to get to the point where you take the leap of faith and go. And you just, all you want to do is just like run to the end and just take the massive jump. But it's a process and it takes time.
Yeah. If you're
and
smart, it does.
I'm going through that. Well, I did that before.
Yeah, exactly.
I did the naive. What is it? The difference between naive, stupidity, and crazy. And stupidity is probably what I did before. I just one day went, I'm going to be a comedian. Yeah, I'll quit my job. And then had no plan, but hadn't done it.
It may have worked though if it wasn't for the pandemic, like a once in a lifetime.
It was getting there, but you know, in hindsight, should have understood there was going to be a global pandemic when I weighed everything up on the pros and cons.
Yeah, should have been on the list.
And that's what I've berated myself with for like a year. Why didn't you think of a global pandemic? Oh shit! In the middle of the night, that's what I'd get.
But I don't know if we can say this, but what you're going to do after this podcast, that's pretty exciting. I don't know. Wait, you don't say. You might be able to say.
What, are we already writing the crucifix, or is it crucifix? Are we writing the obituary of the whole podcast or today's one? Today's one. After today's
one, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, going to sign with an agent, promoter, sure. Hit me up, baby. Means absolutely nothing at the moment, apart from they're going to take 20% of what I already don't earn. So
nothing.
So who's the goose? But yeah, and then we'll have like websites sorted, and we'll have a place where people can actually find me online.
Yeah, just to like stretch that out, you have now basically got somebody that's like backing you, supporting you, getting you gigs, getting you jobs, and also giving you like a platform that not that you didn't have before, but you've been building up to get someone to give you this platform. Yeah. So like, in your terms, this is big. This is big, really exciting.
Yeah, it's like it's buzzing. But again, yeah, it's so yeah, it's like a long time in the making. But it's just all it is generally someone that holds up a green card for you to say, look, this kid might be all right. Go and Do you know what I mean? And that takes you around and puts you on their nights. It's just basically someone saying, look, yeah, we think that this kid can go and do something. It might make you laugh, possibly. And then go and watch him, and then give you a platform to be able to, I don't know, host your own kind of websites, give you somewhere where people can go and build an audience and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I mean, it's really, really interesting. But now I've got to bloody do things on the internet, haven't I?
Oh,
and
the internet. But you don't like that side of life, do you?
Are you alright with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, on a personal level, probably use it a bit too much. Could always cut back, but it also lends itself well because with the business side of things, I'm also quite good on it.
Yeah.
But there's certain platforms that do get you good business or things from it. Instagram, in my medium of videography, that's great to put videos on Instagram. That's what attracts. LinkedIn is obviously
mate.
Actually,
I'm having LinkedIn. What a fucking place. I'm sorry, this is probably where my week's been building up to.
I mean, let it out.
I don't want to be Roy Keane. I feel like Roy Keane. You know Roy Keane in the studio? He's like, that's your job. Like, literally.
I'm just going to keep poking like Micah.
Every time you, like, scroll down, it's a place for networking people and seeing where's people that you need to get in contact with fucking work and add them and then pester them through email.
Yeah, there's some right shit messages you receive on LinkedIn.
But then it's also, like, just people like, I woke up on this morning and it signified the fact that you keep going and persevering and I've just completed this and this and this and this and this. And it's like, it's just your job. Like...
or it's just made up. Some of those stories are so abstract.
Someone like put a picture and it was like a massive celebration thing because they've managed to ops and logistics got some stock into a shop. I was like, yeah, that's your fucking job. Like, why are you celebrating it? Like Balotelli said, he was like, why? When they said, why don't you celebrate when you score? He's like, does a postman celebrate every time he posts a letter? Do you know what I mean? Your job is to literally get stuff from one place into another place. So, crack on.
Can I take this as you won't be using LinkedIn as a platform?
No, I don't think you won't. I'll probably be booted off now. But I'm not saying like don't enjoy your life. I'm saying go and enjoy your life and fair play to you for doing your job and doing it really, really well. But it's when it goes into this massive like emotional story of the trials and tribulations of getting stock from A to B, like.
I think a lot of people are clued up on that now. They see it and they like take the piss out of it a lot now. And it's just typical LinkedIn.
Yeah, but like inspirational people on. Oh, you were saying, was it the one about the fucking pigeon? Were you saying the one about the pigeon? Be kind. No, is this? Have I made this up?
I don't
Honestly,
think it's made.
So someone put, you know, like sales quotes. I'm talking to the camera now. It was like, it was literally a picture of a man in a hospital bed with a pigeon on top of him. And then like, you know, this like big, someone inspirational quote person on LinkedIn, one of the motivators or whatever. And it was like, it's something to do with how like, if you're good in life, karma, there will always be someone who will be with you at your end. And I was like, it's a fucking pigeon sat on a man's chest in hospital. One, he's been not that good because where's his family? Like, what are you... what are we doing?
Pigeons are rats that fly. It's not really a nice thing to have, but that is that's a weird... That's a weird look.
And it's horrible, but it's like...
Take a breath, mate. It's okay.
No,
I feel like you've got a lot of... You've had a tough week, haven't you?
I haven't got anyone to talk to. So I've only just come out of the house. But yeah, that's
I'm buzzing for you. I think your thing today is... And we were talking about this... before is in your own little world of business or your own little world of whatever you do, there'll be something that comes along that for you is massive and like you're over the moon that like you've just achieved. I think we said it last episode, like you've achieved like producing that video that had really difficult timelines for, and you're buzzing. It just makes your week. Or you've been building up to it, like you said. So for anyone else like who hears that this is what you've got, they're like, oh, cool, well done. But for you, you've actually been spending like months.
Yeah, maybe I'm being a bit hypocritical here because the fact that I probably spent about the last podcast talking about the journey, being like, oh, this is the journey, yeah, it's quality, look at me.
Well, it's not over there,
and then gone, well, I don't care about your journey.
I made it.
Yeah, maybe I've been a bit hypocritical there, so I'm sorry about anybody on LinkedIn. But yeah, no, that's.
I've got two sides to LinkedIn though, because I do agree there is some crap on there, a lot of crap, but there's also some good stuff. And I think,
Name it.
well, the fact that I've now set up a business page,
Yeah.
I've now cut out the crap because in the business that I do, I will create films for corporate companies, so I'm never going to cut them out because there's still going to be stuff that we can get from them. But it's if you use it in the right way that you want to use it for. But there are some people that treat it like it's social media.
Yeah.
Like those stories that you're saying, that's not what it's there for. It's more
polls.
It's more business orientated, and it's networking. It's connected with people that are across overseas and that you don't speak with, but you could get some business from.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. Not like a pigeon sat on my dad's chest and shat on it.
Yeah, no, I like the polls when people create polls, and it's literally just to get people to go to their page because they've created a poll like ketchup in the sandwich or ketchup without.
Yeah.
I mean, I responded. I was definitely ketchup out. I can't have it
in the sandwich.
Yeah, no, there's too much like imbalance. There's too much. When you can.
So you do the dip on the side.
Yeah, you can control how much you get with each mouthful, but if someone's been sort of wide boy and they've poured like a bit too much in one, there's nothing worse than when you get way too much ketchup in one corner and then the rest of it's.
Who's doing this for you? Restaurant people?
No, my old man. But
is he always running it for you?
Yeah, just.
On brown sauce anyway. Sausage and bacon brown.
Are you?
Yeah.
I think brown sauce is rogue. I can't.
It's manly.
Is it?
No, I don't know. Nothing's manly anymore, actually.
No.
But I'm a brown sauce guy. We've proper digressed here.
Yeah, sorry. Get back to the agenda, mate. Come on.
To be fair, you answered you first on where you're at. I'm proud of you, mate, and we'll celebrate that. You should celebrate that too.
I'm at answering polls on LinkedIn.
That's
where I'm at, man.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Where I'm at, I've still not quit my job, but it's been Christmas, so give a dog a bone. I need to make sure I've got January coming through. So where I'm at is selling my house.
Yeah.
Well, I sold the house, so moving. I have actually told my managers and my seniorities that I will be leaving to go do my own thing.
Yeah.
And then I went through a stage process of saying, can I go part-time? Nah. Your role is commercial. That can't be done part-time.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Can I be a consultant? Because I've got like seriously good contacts that the business can get business from. So I kind of don't want to leave that. I don't think you want to leave that. Can I do that? No. So, okay, that's a bit annoying. So then the third and final piece was if there was another role for me in like a marketing role as part-time.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd just go through all of these just to make sure there wasn't any stone left unturned to kind of get a part-time income in. Although in my head I was thinking it's not going to work because I'm doing what I'm doing now full-time. If I go part-time, I could still do what I'm doing now, but I'll be getting paid less.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I was like, it doesn't really make sense, but I'm doing the process anyway. And they've said no to all of them, all the things. They have said that they would try and outsource video to me because they want to do more video themselves.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that sounds good, but that's kind of all talk. I don't think that'll actually happen. So they've left the ball in my court now, but they need to know pretty soon. And I'm just waiting on a completion date at the house to then say, okay, I hand it in, because then I'll know 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, hopefully after this goes out, 4 to 6 weeks time, I'll be full time.
They know. Maybe they're hardballing you though. Maybe they're just like last day, be like, look, you can have everything you want.
Nah.
No.
Don't see it.
They've cold shouldered you. Are they supportive of it, or?
No. Well, my senior manager is American, so he's in America, but he has been really, really sound about it.
Yeah.
To be fair to him, and he's not rushed me or like made me do anything. I first started this conversation like October, November.
Yeah.
No, it's November, and he's given me time to think about it. We've run through like all the options. And all this and that, and it's been what's on my list. Yeah, all these little things that have just. But I kind of didn't really want him to say. Oh, he said we obviously really want to keep you, which doesn't matter how you play it like that. You want to hear that as an employee. Yeah. But if he would have said, yeah, you can go part time, or yeah, you can do this role, or you, then I'd be like, oh fuck, like I actually did want to go full time myself. So I didn't really want anything like too strong hooking me back in. Because then that would have been even more difficult. But Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good at the moment.
Well, that's positive.
Another
Taking
thing,
strides in the right direction.
yeah, yeah,
I feel
and
better for it.
I think by the time that we do the next one, it will be right. Okay,
You'll be jobbing.
yeah,
Yeah.
technically, yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
See how that goes.
Episode 6, recorded on a phone in a park.
I've just come from the doll.
With a bottle of White Lightning.
I've got
empty knobs and cigarettes from the bins of Leamington. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, we're saying it now like we're riding pretty, but the next couple of months ain't gonna be pretty, baby.
No, they're not, and that was part of the process as well. Because January, I got some advice of whatever I've done last year financially in the business. Forget about it. Put it to one side. Leave it. No.
As in no bonus.
No. Well, I haven't paid myself from the video business anyway for like 18 months, so I've not seen any financial benefit with that side of things. It's just been a building process.
Yeah.
And then from January, like now, it's whatever you earn, like in month 1, that's all you can pay yourself as a wage, and hopefully you're going to get profit from that as well.
Yeah.
And that kind of does shit you up. When someone said that, I was like, fuck. But especially in January as well, it doesn't seem like anyone wants to put out any money, but already, middle of January, I've made...
Yeah, but isn't that the place where people have people have skimped and saved in the year and just go, oh shit, we've got some extra cash?
Yeah, people do have different year ends, don't they, to work off. But we have received a couple of new jobs that are amazing to get in there, and then now it looks like February, March will all be okay. Yeah, just like some contacts that we've had over the course of the year, but they're ready to then go to the next. Everyone was obviously worried about there being a lockdown again, so that was going to potentially. You mentioned it in the last one, like, oh crap, we can't do work in January because we thought we were all going to be on lockdown again, but that's not happened. So it's that side of things is looking good. But in the book that you spoke about, Making the Jump, or When to Jump, I don't think you've got to this chapter yet because it's quite late on, but it's about luck. And I thought, fuck off, like successful business people, successful people, they can't equate that to luck, surely. Yeah. And obviously once you read the chapter and after it, it's really, really true, because it's more about the fact that when you...
Can I say before...
Have you read it?
No, I haven't.
Go on.
But I reckon the chapter will go something like, because you've taken the risk to put yourself in the situations where something happened, to put yourself on the path of whatever it is, like, you will then be in the face of luck. That will determine where it goes.
Yeah.
And the thing is with the book, when they're saying about like when to jump, it's all the things that you feel. Like, it's all the things that you feel along the journey, but they kind of like process it in stages, don't they?
Yeah.
So like, so for instance, to even relate that back, the dude that I'm working with now, like at the moment I was stupid enough to go, right, I'm just going to go and do stand up and find any money wherever and see what I can do. My mate was playing guitar in a bar. He was playing guitar in a bar. I convinced him that he was a musician. And he was a bloody good musician, actually. And when I was in the bar just watching him, a fella went up to him on the mic and was like, oh, how do you play? Like, oh, it's really good to see you. And then he started talking to me, the fella. And this is the guy that I've just signed with 4 years later. But that night we met each other. And he was like, oh, what do you do? And I was like, well, I'll just quit my job and do stand-up. He's like, I'm setting up stand-up comedy. I'm setting up an agency. Like, come and do a gig in 2 weeks. Do you want to go and do it? And it was like...
What?
Yeah. If I hadn't have quit and I hadn't have...
Been in that position.
If I hadn't been in that position at that time and been able to say that thing, it's a sliding doors moment.
Yeah.
You get to the sliding doors moment and you just walk through.
That's exactly it. It was that. And it's not... It shouldn't really be called luck, because it's like once you make that commitment to do what you want to do, then it's more of a case you've just opened yourself up for a whole new world of opportunity that instead of you chasing or thinking should come to you, once you've committed to it, it does actually come to you. But because that book is all about... What I like about it is it's everyone's stories. It's not just one writer telling you one thing. It's loads of different people's stories. So then you can actually see, oh shit, like all of these people have experienced that same
Yeah.
Same thing. So that's kind of what's happening at the moment.
The other one's really good. Matthew McConaughey's Green. Have you read that one? He talks about it's called Green Light. So he says you get to points in life where like a conversation will happen or something will happen, and it's a green light moment.
Yeah.
You take the green light and you walk through.
Yeah.
Like it's a point. You get to a point where you have to make a decision.
Yeah.
And then you press the green light and go through.
Yeah.
I haven't read it, and he says it way more cool than I do.
It's like a say yes moment.
Yeah,
just
it's
say yes
like,
and
just
see what happens.
on the other side of uncertainty is where you want to be.
But when you're not ready for that, and someone talks about that, so like say me 2 years ago, or you like
now
4 years ago, or even now because you're not now because I think we're doing this like we're fairly committed. But like 2 years ago, the whole say yes thing was like makes sense. I agree with it, but I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Like, there's too much holding me back. But yeah, it's not to kind of preach. I'll just say yes to everything. It's got to be right in its moment.
Like generally say this to my brother. Like he's at the age on the curve of where to jump and like what to do. Like he's on the bit where he has like absolute freedom to just go and
do what he wants.
Go and try everything. At this point, he's not built a life yet. So if he's not built a life that he doesn't want, that he's trying to jump from, he can build the life that he wants because he's young enough, dumb enough, and hasn't got enough responsibilities or pressures or anything at this point. Although at that point from uni, you're just kind of like, you feel as though you've got a massive mountain to climb in your life. You don't know where to go or what to do. You think you're going to be committed to everything forever. So I was saying, like, it feels horrible, but you're in a brilliant position, my friend.
In ways, that is like, I would rather be like out of uni or 18, 19, starting my own business at that point, or starting like figuring out what it was, rather than being a shit job, than having to like.
But would you have the passion for it? That's the thing.
Well, no, you can't say when you'd have the passion, would you? You wouldn't know what to do at that point. But what the point I'm making is, it's harder to leave something that is paying your way of life at that point, rather than you live at home with mum and dad, you've got your degree or whatever it is you're doing, you've got your college thing, and then you're going to go out and figure it. But like you've got the freedom, like you say, to try anything.
Yeah.
But when you're in a job, you can't just go try anything. It's harder to, basically.
I think there's a really good thing that comes with it. It's like almost like there's the guilt that you're not working on something when you know that you want to go and do something else and you know what it is. You know that you're not enjoying whatever you're doing, and it's upon you to go and find whatever it is, because no one's going to give it to you. You're not going to roll over one day. Someone's left a note on the bed and says, like, go and do this with your life.
Yeah.
They might leave. Yeah. No. So that's the bit. What we're saying.
Yeah. No, it's all come round, and to be fair, we've started fairly deeply actually, which is opposite to last time. But what I noticed over Christmas is you get sent gifts in the corporate world, don't you?
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, I
got lost.
I got sent a couple.
What did you get?
Well, there's obviously perks, and I got sent from suppliers. I got sent 2 bottles of wine, which looked really, really fancy, really nice. I got sent a box of brownies.
Yeah.
That were quite possibly the best brownies I've ever had in my life.
Okay, nice.
They were
Thornton's.
No.
Shout out Thornton's.
They were
Ben's cookies. Remember them?
Yeah, they were sensational.
They were sexy.
Warm, moist. Oh, they were good. So good. But yeah, no, there's little corporate benefits, and then like.
Mate, they should be getting more than wine and cookies.
No, I should have got loads. I didn't get a. Oh, actually, we got given, was it £100 or $100 for like some clothing to. It's like you.
Calvin Klein.
A hoodie.
American Gold.
This is who I work for.
American Gold, Calvin Klein.
Next one, I'll wear the hoodie that we got from my corporate company. Just
nice.
That's what we got. I just got it for the missus. But there's like loads of little corporate benefits, isn't there? That like and the car. So like when I leave the job, give the car back.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna try living. Obviously, the missus has got a car, and there's a lot of travelling we have to do with Kaylin and stuff like that. Like just for like. Well, whoever doesn't know Kaylin, a kid who's got to go football training and all that stuff. I'm going to try with one car.
Yeah.
I'm going to try like come to here, just in an Uber or a bus, walk to football training with him, cycle. I'm going to try it for a little bit. I might not last very long.
No, you need to get one of those electric ones. It is it was like when you take the leap and you have to go and buy a shit wagon.
Yeah.
Like, you've been used to probably driving around in a decent, comfortable
Yeah, yeah,
car.
yeah.
And I genuinely went,
Yeah, you did this. You
I
did
got
this.
some cash. I was like, right, I'm off. I'm going to go be a comedian travelling around the country. Realising I'm not getting any money back in. So I've just shelled it out on a car. My bank account's ever decreasing the whole time. And then I've driven to Ashby de la Zeus or something like this. Mansfield way. No, I drove up to Leicester to go and get a car, and I was going to get like the shittest car. Like, it was going to be like a Polo that was like 92 reg or whatever it was. Really bad for the environment. And then I got to Leicester, they didn't have any cars, and I was on Auto Trader, and I was like, oh, within 15 miles, but I all 30 miles, completely forgot that I was in Leicester. So then, like, 30 miles is like 30 miles north. So I've ended up on the like Mansfield way, which is, by the way, like an hour and a half from home.
Yeah.
I've ended up going and seeing this car, mate. It is rusty more than anything. But you know when you've just been beat down so much?
How am I here?
Mate, and I just paid it, and I couldn't even bother to haggle on price. I like kicked the tyre and went, yeah, quality, mate. Instead of being like,
it will get me home.
Yeah, instead of looking at
Did you sell your car in the process? How did you get there?
No, I had a company car before, and then I borrowed my mum's car. Yeah, sure. And then I got like didn't even bother haggling, and then turned out I had to pay for tax. Do you know when you just
all those things that you don't think about?
Money, mate.
Yeah, like the insurance, the tax. I had my fuel paid for a while, for years. Oh.
Yeah, but that's how they coax you in. They like pay for your life. They
golden handcuffs.
They own you. They own you for the amount of money they pay you a year.
Yeah.
And they own your thought, and they own your comfort. They own your comfort.
Yeah.
But yeah. Good luck driving around in a Polo.
I've sourced some backups.
What have you got? What are you going for?
I would love to buy a car, but then it's like the type of car you want. Like you say, you don't want to drop your standards too much, but you're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to.
Well, yeah, I'll be walking everywhere. Standards completely dropped.
Yeah.
But no, I might be utilising my dad's car for the end of his lease because he won't need it.
Yeah.
So that won't cost as much as obviously getting a brand new one for 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. Who buys a car outright these days?
Mental muggins over here.
Yeah,
way
from
more
you.
than it's worth from Mansfield. So while I bought, obviously then moved into a job like in the summer, I was like, look, I haven't had a nice car, I'm going to go and buy a car on finance. And I did the ultimate plod thing and go and buy a car, put it on finance, was like, oh, the car allowance, it's sound. And then literally, like, I'm looking at my thing, I'm like, I'm not going to own this for another 5 years. What the fuck have I done? Like, but that's what, like, you turn any which way, like, where we live, like, in society, you turn any which way and there's someone waiting to take your money. That moment that you slip up and you stop thinking about the goal and want something impulsive, every single place there is someone that's going to take money, and for me that was Kazoo. I was watching the cricket. It's everywhere. Shout out Kazoo. But then on Everton, I was like, I don't want to buy another car. And then I watched Everton play, and they were on the shirts. Then the next thing I know, I'm watching that 100 series or whatever, or it was like Cinch or whatever of them. Ryan Clark was living in my sleep, living in my head rent free, and I just couldn't. I was like obsessed about this car, but like in the back of my head, I was like, I know it's not what I need. Like, I don't need it, but I want it.
Yeah.
So then I've gone and bought a car. This has all happened, and now I'm looking at how much I can fucking sell it for because I don't want it because I realise like it's not what. It's not going to provide me any benefit. And once I, do take a leap, like I'm not going to be able to. I ain't going to be able to afford it. No,
and it's just it ends up being something you just need to get from A to B with. And like when you realise that, like nice cars are good, but like it comes at an early age, and you think you need a nice car.
Yeah.
And then you go through a period like we're at, and I thought I don't really need a nice car if I need to save money in other ways. But then you get a family, and then you're like, fucking hell, we need a big car.
Yeah, I hate when you get a family and you settle down and emotionally well. I honestly,
it's just around the corner for you, mate.
It's a burden, mate. Maybe I will run into that one day. Get the agenda up. What we got?
Oh, tell me about your sales meeting.
Which one?
You messaged me. You messaged me not long ago saying I'm in a sales meeting. I want to blow my brains out.
It Well, it's just you go round and round in circles, don't you? And like it's a process. And like I don't know whether this is gonna get me the can, but fuck it. But like no, you like going through when you're in it, you know like when you're in something, you know everything about it, and only you can relay the information that you've got in the best capability that you've got to explain to everyone, and hope people take that on board, and like, but everybody's an expert, aren't they? Well, you go and do this then. Yeah, I know. Then I like.
Yeah.
Like,
state the obvious.
Yeah, you like you think I haven't thought of that. Well, why don't you ring them then? I have been like, I literally stare at my phone, sweating every day, going, playing out the scenarios in my head and shaking. Why don't you? Have you tried their boss? Yeah, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
They don't want to speak to me. Like, I'm just gonna get up tomorrow and hope it's a better day. Like, it's fine. So yeah, it's just round. It's just the round and round and round.
How many people were in this meeting?
It's still quite small at the moment. So it's the worst one is when you're in a bigger one and it's like dick swinging time, and it's just I don't know if you're in a bigger one. If you're in
well, it's a big company, but everything's just been virtual and online. So you're in big calls, but it's not really
it's worse.
It's not a dick swinging contest.
When you all meet in, and like I inherited stuff when I was working, and it was basically shambolic. Like they were rocketing down.
Right.
Like,
right.
My account's like going down, and like everyone else's were like flying up. But I'd only just come into the role because there was like a gap. And this was probably half the reason I was just like, you know what, fuck this. Like, someone else didn't care about it, so why am I... I care about it, and now I'm getting all the shit for someone else not caring.
Yeah.
But, like, you'd, like, go into sales meetings and stuff like that, and people would be, I don't know, like, you're fucking... They're like, oh, my account's fucking 50% up year on year. Oh, my God, how are yours doing? And I'm like, they... Shit at the minute, alright, Jeff? Like, piss off. Like, I am down 100%. We're going to cease trading all of my accounts if you do not leave me alone. It's like, have you thought about calling them? Yes!
Hi!
Cheers, mate! That's my bloody job to, like, fucking pick the phone up and bug people.
That's very true. That is very true. You always get the obvious, Captain Obviouses.
Yeah.
Giving you the advice.
And then it's the people above you that you get them to try and sell. So they'll, like, because they've gone through it, they've gone through the process, and they probably haven't sold as regularly as you were doing. Like when I was in field sales, I was selling every single day, like 12 times a day, just constantly selling. And then as you go through and you go to manage account, it takes longer, doesn't it? The sales process is longer.
Yeah.
And then once I can imagine when you go further through, like you get your sales director, but they haven't actually physically sold anything in years. They just know the process, whatever. And then they come out and sell, and you're literally looking at them like, what the fuck is that? You're like, hi.
Dinosaur.
Nice to see you. Do you want to buy it? You want to buy it? Alright, see you later. And you're like, and that's my inspirational lead, is it? I don't know if you've had that, but I definitely bloody have that.
It's difficult for me because everyone's in America, so
they're the best at sales.
They're so good. They're so enthusiastic, but they work all hours.
Yeah.
But our commission gets paid quarterly, so last quarter finished at the end of December, and I've just seen what the commission figure is, and it's not bad actually. I haven't really earned much commission.
You know, we're talking about people swinging their big dicks on the table. You've just.
This is me.
You've just.
Sales role, isn't it? Yeah. Commission. But no, because I haven't been doing a very good job really because of my head's been on my own stuff. I saw my colleague. I didn't see my colleague. He works all hours of the night because it's America, so he'll be working till 2 a.m. sometimes, doing calls because they're through America. And I've never done that. I'm like, no thanks, got a life. I'll be all right.
You got your fag on and slippers.
Yeah, I'll be in fucking snooze land. But I worked it out through the figures that I was sent, what commission he would have earned last quarter, and it would have been 16 grand for the quarter, so he would get paid that in January. Just
8 grand after tax.
Yeah, I did think of that because I was like, that's bullshit, but like, people get paid whatever they get paid monthly, and then that's the bit on top.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, imagine that much money. Then I was like, I remember what he does for that. B, don't get too caught up in that because I want to move away from that real quick.
Yeah.
But
you do like you do.
sales roles are paid way over what they should be compared to roles that actually matter.
But you like
NHS.
yeah, but you do like you're paid for your soul. Like you paid for your like fun. As in, you know, you can get out of it what you put in.
Yeah.
But like you're generally paid.
In my
for,
case, not much.
Yeah. you're generally paid for like the torment of what it is. And it's like I was talking to someone the other day and they were talking about like roles and stuff like that, and it was like money, and they were talking about monies and salaries and all that sort of stuff. But actually, all it genuinely comes down to, like, if you're just waiting paycheck to paycheck, like all you're waiting for is the end of the month,
Yeah.
and you're not enjoying anything in the month, like what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Because it's like they were talking about that sort of stuff, and I was like, yeah, but did you enjoy the month before? Because ultimately, at the end, all it is some figures in a bank account.
Yeah. I've quizzed him on this, and he's.
But some people love it.
He's
Like,
not. He's not.
Some
He
people
wants
love
his
it.
he wants his role to change, so he's not doing the 2 a.m. calls and like battering his mental like state and health and stuff like that. And he's a good lad. He's a really good guy, but he's he's just been doing what he's been doing for so long, and he's almost getting like used because of the position he's been in. And that's what they were trying to get me to move into this year.
What, 2 a.m?
To that type of role.
You don't want to be on the internet at 2 a.m, mate.
No, it's
Shady
dark place.
characters. You'll stumble across my OnlyFans page. Gay straight dude.
Still on MSN.
Yeah. The gay straight guy.
Here he is, always online.
Oh.
But yeah, no, that's it's another way of getting yourself pulled in.
Yeah.
The whole commission structure and stuff. But yeah, no, I don't have big sales meetings like that. But it's because there's been so much going on. But I've the last November, I've almost just stepped back, and where you're saying like the guy before me didn't care, so why should I care? I've turned my care button off as well, and
Right, so the next one that steps on is gonna suffer massive mental crushing.
I don't have accounts like
But
you.
I think you'd be a nice person and put them in decent places and not wait for.
I definitely would be, but the care button turn off is like, say if an issue came up and it's not my fault and it's not my problem, but I'm involved, I'd always go and try and fix it. But now at the moment I'm like, well, I'm not going to spend the next 2 hours.
So you're the fella on a football pitch on the Saturday. That's literally, but seen your man like run past and gone, oh no, seen a man run past and going, I could track him to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm getting sold in the January transfer window,
yeah.
so fuck that guy.
But I'm looking for another Div 4 Sunday League team at the minute.
Yeah, 100%. That's me. That's me
and
right
when
now.
he scores, go, whose man was that, mate? Whose man is that? I do that.
Get out of it.
So you're playing football, someone runs off your shoulder, you just go, I hope he doesn't score.
Is
And
it-
then he gets to fucking salmons it into the back of the goal and you've got nowhere to go.
But then
apart
you do
from-
that thing where you look around like,
Yeah.
who the fuck
Who's
had him?
told me? Who is it, mate? Bloody manager's shit, isn't he? He's not.
You
Come
just
on.
immediately turn around and just look at
Or there's
centre
that-
spotlight. Oh,
There's
that's
that
me.
one
fuck's
player on the
sake.
team that everyone like berates.
Yeah.
I generally did that, like let some guy like run off and just went, he's shit, he won't score. Whipped the ball in, banged it in top corner, went, that's annoying. And then everyone was on at the left back, and they were like, oh mate, what about your man? And I was
Yeah.
it was a right back that scored, I was running left mid, and I was like, yeah mate, what are you doing, dickhead? Like, turn around, was just like, knobhead, doesn't know what he's doing, does he? Slated into all the other players. just
Anything
like,
to deflect.
Mate, honestly, fucking weak link in our team, isn't he?
Next week he's dropped. You're
Yeah.
there. Still on.
Oh, God. Lovely fella. But we digress into football, man. What have we got?
To be fair, football can stay. Football
Yeah.
can stay. I remembered a story when we were talking about our little BDM roles last time round. I remember.
BDSM roles.
Oh yeah, sorry, you
BDM roles.
BDM.
BDM.
I remember so I joined this job 2016, the job that I'm still in, and I moved. I was living by myself like 2016, 17, 18. I remember going out for a run, just at lunchtime. So I work from home all the time. Went for a run, and I've been doing chaser calls for these guys, and one of these guys called me back.
What's chaser calls? Call,
Trying to get hold of lead
generation.
generate, trying to get hold of them, didn't answer. They meant to call me back, and I kept like trying again, almost a little bit annoying, but wanted to speak to them. And he called me back, but he called me. So what I did, I was running, but I was doing like sprints, because I don't really like running. I was just like, fuck it, I'll go out, do some sprints. But I brought my work phone with me on my lunch break.
That's mental.
Stupid.
Yeah.
This is a downfall.
He called you back.
Should have just left it,
Heavy
but because I've been chasing him. You know, that's literally what I did. But I was sprinting like 50-meter sprints. I couldn't actually breathe, so I was like, "Hello,
Hi, Steve.
and he was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Sorry,
Just how you call me back?"
been running." But like, obviously, what's going on in his head is like, "The fuck is he doing?"
Yeah.
Like,
What's his BDM doing?
yeah, has he been
What's his pom
beating off with
doing?
2 hands?
Where are you?
Yeah.
In my bedroom.
And he never called me back after that. Because I had to go. I was like, "I'll call you back."
And then you failed on the call.
I never spoke to him ever again.
Oh.
Of course, I would. If that was me on the other end, I would be speaking to that
What-
freak.
Do you ever do a sales call? You ever done a sales call? And like, you know that the person on the other end is so abrupt and so confrontational that when it goes to voicemail, you're like,
Thank fuck. Yeah.
You're like on the call, you're like, and then it goes to voicemail, it's like, you've reached, and you're like,
Yeah.
hi, hello.
I've been trying to get hold of you.
So glad it's gone to voicemail. Honestly, I am gutted that you haven't answered the phone. But it means that I can just log the call and call you back in 2 weeks and tell everybody that you're not answering the phone.
Yeah.
And I definitely didn't want to speak to you.
Did you used to have to get your calls tracked? Not,
Oh,
tra-
yeah,
not
no.
listened to, but like you have to like list how many calls you'd made.
Mate, we had one where we had to, so you know, like people like signing in on Slack now, people do all the
Yeah.
Slack. Like we used to get timed. If you were away from your Slack and it went dead, like snoozed on for 5 minutes, it would be like give a notification that Slack,
Wow.
your timer's off. So you were literally timed. So like you're fucking
Wow.
working from home in the middle of a pandemic, and you're like, right, like if I go and make a cup of tea and I'm longer than 5 minutes, like.
Yeah,
You know, that sort of shit's gonna like kick off.
that's
Mate,
crazy.
horrid. The anxiety like through the roof.
Yeah,
Because you're just like sales. You got to do what you got to do. Like make your calls, put your stuff out there.
yeah,
As long as you do those bits,
Yeah.
you're also like at the mercy of the other person. You're trying to influence another person. They're on their own timescales. You know what I mean? So like they might call you back. They might email. You can't email excessively every single day.
No.
Sometimes you like email, do your stuff. And then you have to wait, and you're paid to wait, and you're paid to torment yourself. But instead, like, where are you with this? What are you doing with this? And you're like, fucking, I'm not man marking him. I'm not fucking touch tight on them. Like, out their window, like, looking through. I can't, that's creepy.
yeah. I 100% agree. It's nice in ways because you do your stuff, and I'm pretty proactive anyway. So I'll be making all the calls, didn't get answers. Then I can go do something for a little bit. We weren't tracked as heavily as that, but you'd be asked on how many calls did you make this week, how many were answered, where's it led to, how many like sales have you converted, and that was like tedious. That was really tedious, but I can see why they do that because if your role is working from home, you've got to be able to monitor it a little bit.
Like, because it's got progressively like worse. So it was like when I was saying about like the sales manager that would come out with you and they'd go and sell, right? So like I had like a bit where people would like track, everything's tracked now. So like our productivity, by the way, as a country is through the fucking roof compared to what it was before. So like working in a field sales role, like you'd be out making 12 calls a day, right? Like if you stacked your calls and you'd never really hit 12, you'd probably do 8 or 9 or 10. You might have 3 really good ones that you'd get more than the other ones.
Yeah.
So it took you more time. Whatever it was, it all kind of balances out. But like, yeah, and you would, and then like an app would come in, it would track you and make sure that you've done like your 12 calls a day and you've done this and you've done that and you think, and like before all this technology existed, all of those sales directors that are sat at the top telling everybody that they should be doing all of this, mate, they were completing their calls, fucking sat in a pub on a fucking Friday, got to the top before there was even mobile phones that could track your location, before there was even mobile phones.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And they've got to the top, like, being a normal person, which is just getting up, being respectable, not taking the piss, doing your job,
Yeah.
and then like living a life outside of it. Now it's literally like, no, 9 to 5, X amount, this. And do you know what I mean? If you do that, you get to here and you do this. And it's like, well, you didn't do that to get to it, mate.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't do that.
Very good points. But we're talking about roles that are we're both in the sales, and we're both. Would you call yourself creative? Yeah, you are creative in terms of like the content that you're going to be putting out in comedy. That's creative.
I would say like number one. I don't know. Number one principle is you work hard, and then it just depends what you're going to go and work hard as. But I like
but
because
it's creative.
I
so...
write poems to buyers. Yeah. Which is probably why I
imagine
don't sell anything.
Could work.
But I'm just thinking like, yeah, just throw something different in the mix.
Well, this is the point I was going to get to. Is I listened to a very short podcast about feeding kind of creativity, and he gave 2 fucking great examples, and I've remembered them because I wanted to share them. The first one was Aaron Sorkin, the writer and director, I think, of some like classic films, modern classic films. He so his creativity was found in the shower, and I think there was the guy who was doing this podcast was involved in like neuroscience in terms of like the creative system of your brain. There's 3 systems in the brain. I'm almost going to try and repeat what he said, but the creative part is in like the default, so where you daydream, you're on a train, you're on a plane, you're driving, where like you kind of zone out a little bit, shower, bath, exercise, working out. And Aaron Sorkin said that his best ideas came when he was in the shower, and because of that, he's no. Because of that,
I was a teenage boy.
Great ideas. He installed a shower in his office.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, carry on.
Aaron Sorkin. He got a shower installed in the corner of his office, and you're definitely gonna laugh at this. But in an interview, he said that he showered 8 times a day.
That's mental.
Purely for the reasons of like idea stimulation. So he'd be doing his work, but like the
and he's now really
idea stimulation, not anything else.
He's a really successful porn star.
But that was one example. It's like, okay, fucking hell, that's one way to go about it. And then Charles Dickens, obviously the writer, novels, Dicko. Of all the great books and stuff that he's wrote, he only used to ever work in the morning, like 8 till lunchtime, and then he'd go for a 10-mile walk in the afternoon.
10-mile walk? And
that would be his idea generation time, like the exercise part.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa,
yeah,
shut the front door, that's a fucking great idea. Because a lot of what you do, you're having to think of jokes, scenarios, using your experiences that you've had, and same for me, like trying to think of new ways of kind of the next video, and like some of the stuff we do is like our own original ideas as well. So oh wow, what a way to like A, live, but like B, actually still feed the kind of things that would earn you money in the future. I'd love to like have not every day of the week, but have days like that where you would work in the morning, where technically I'll work better anyway, most people do.
Yeah.
And then the afternoon
But you wouldn't that's what I'm saying, back in the day, like people would have done that.
Yeah.
Get up, get your work done, get what you need to get done, like do a little bit extra, you want to go that little bit extra mile, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're only productive for 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, you fucking off ordering Caesar salads at the bar. That might just be me, but like do you know what I mean? I'm like, but I'm genuinely actual hour production. I'm probably really good for 4 hours, and I'm staying. Please still pay me for 9, but I'm really good for 4.
But this,
and then the rest of it's like calls or it's whatever it is.
Yeah, but your point of when you're so working from home has made people want to work for 8 hours productively. But you don't. When you're in the office, you're making teas and coffees and having a chat with someone in the other department, and then someone comes over to your desk, talks about a brief, and then conversation goes on to football or whatever. Like, you're not working the whole time when you're in the office, but when you're at home, people are feeling pressured to
be there all the time.
Yeah.
Well, it's like people got fucking Slack open and they're tracking whether you are all the way to the end and notified.
It's not right.
That's
it's not
mental.
fair. Yeah.
Like you generally burn out with that. People go to like places where they go and work to go in and have an environment where they, you go in and you make your breakfast. You go in for 9,
Yeah.
make your breakfast for 20
Shower
minutes.
at work in some
That's what I used
places.
to do. Make your breakfast, have a coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee starts working about 10:30. It's a little queue.
Yeah, but you'd have
Little
those.
queue in the lads.
100%. I used to work in an office where like people did have that mindset. Like, I'll get in at 9. I'll make my coffee. I'll say hello to the people in the team. Talk about whatever they did last night, and they don't start till 9:30, 10. But they're there physically.
Yeah.
But
And
not
then
working.
You do 4 hours.
Yeah.
You literally do 4 hours. You do 2 hours, then you have your lunch. It takes you about 20 minutes to get back into it, and then you like be productive until probably about 4, and then you'll start like sharing ideas or have a couple of meetings or whatever it is. You're productive for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And it's obscene that then it goes into like people try and be, or you just go in waves. So his wave of Dicko's fucking Charlie
Dicko.
Dix.
Yeah.
His like wave of productivity is in the morning, so he does that, then goes out and does his thing. He might like have another wave of productivity later, but like it comes in waves. You literally cannot. We're humans, like we're pieces of shit basically. You literally can't wake up and be productive. We're not robots.
Yeah. If you could, so if you imagine you've left your job and you're just doing comedy.
Yeah.
Now, go on, take a moment,
Yeah.
breathe it. Good lad. How would you shape your week? Like, if I asked you, what would you want to be doing on a Monday morning or a Tuesday afternoon if comedy was the only thing you did?
Well, I like listen to loads of stuff. So I'm a late bird. So I love all the sleep doctors, and they're like the timings that people go to sleep. And like my natural body rhythm is later than waking up at 8.
So your most creative times are the later hours in the day.
My creative time's in the night.
Yeah.
When it's quiet, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like I could go out in the morning, I can be functional, but I don't wake up creative. I wake up like, oh, what do I need to get done?
Yeah.
To be able to get to a place, to
Yeah.
get to that creative place. Because if I don't do that, I'll sit trying to
You'd
be
be worrying about it.
Yeah, I'll be waiting. So all my creativity is just worry, and it's just shit. Whereas the hard thing is like my body, like genuinely paying attention to what my body clock is. Like I'm quite clearly someone that goes to bed later, and then would wake up around about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I need 9 hours sleep. If I have 7.5 hours sleep, 8 hours sleep, I'm groggy, and I'm not like functional. To be like optimum, I would be like 8.5, 9. I'd be able to wake up around like 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9. Probably fall asleep about 12. That's like my natural rhythm. I've like watched
12 in a day or 12 at night?
In the night.
Yeah.
I've like watched it and been like, right, if I try and go to sleep if I go to sleep early, I am like up all night. Cannot do it. I'm forcing my body to do something that it doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
I have to go late, and then I'd love to wake up about 9, probably start work for 10.
Yeah.
And then at that point I would be on my thing, but we're in this race where people are all up at 8.
But what would you be? So you'd wake up at 10, and then what would you do? Your jobs, like the tasks.
Depends what like. If I didn't have the job and was just doing stand up.
Yeah.
I'd wake up, I'd make myself some food, I'd go and sit somewhere that was like sociable.
Yeah.
I'd like listen to what I had done the night before or like any comedy bits, and I'd just sit writing. I had like an experience of doing that.
Sounds so good.
But like you'd go out, but then my work then is all in the night. So I'm setting up the night. So I'm waking up, putting my headphones in, listening to the fucking shit jokes that I told at an open mic and being like, right, chop and change this, I'll do this, I'll put this in another format.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably have something to eat, go to the gym, and then literally go, well, I've got a gig tonight, right, I'm going to go and take that I've worked on today, and I'm going to go here. Yeah. And like, people think it's all just coming out of your mouth there, but it's not. You've chopped and changed, and you gradually take that over time.
Refine
it. That's the way that they
And that would be most days that you see that.
But that's the way they work. That's what a full-time comedian kind of works.
I love that. So I've been thinking about this because I think a little bit part of like when you go to full-time or something and doing what you love, you're like, how the fuck do I shape my days? And I think, the historical point of view is if you have your own business, then you're going to work harder. Yeah, I will. But like, you got to work 7 days a week, like get ready to sacrifice your family, your social time. And I keep thinking, like, I don't really want to do that. If you've got other people in place like that you work with that will do things for you where you're still getting income, then great. So I'm thinking like I want to spend like a Wednesday afternoon reading. And I'm trying to find these little things that I want to do like with my week. Where Wednesday afternoon is reading. Every single day there'll be a workout in there, whether that's a walk or like a gym scenario.
Yeah.
And make sure that I have that time allotted. Like one full day might be for editing, or 2 full days for editing, whatever needs to be done, and then a day out on location shooting. But then it'll also vary. Some weeks I'll be working on a Saturday or a Sunday, and then I'll make sure I take the days off in the week. And I always collect like the kids from school. And I've been trying to basically just mould a week that fits me.
Yeah, but that Gary Neville did some really. If you look on Gary Neville's LinkedIn thing, who was actually a great post, by the way. Well, okay. There are some perks.
Yeah, big up.
But I read it. He was just like, but it was like a sharing. Like
he shared his schedule, did he?
He shared his schedule,
quality.
And he was like, "So look, this is how I like plan my week." And you'd think that he'd wake up every day, bang, 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 bang. He's not. He's like because he's got his own time. He's not on anyone else's time.
Yeah.
He's literally like, so on Monday I'll wake up at this, and this is my gym. Then you can see I've got a break here where I plan the week, I plan my life, I plan this, I plan that. Then I'm working with Sky in the night, so then I'm working 6 hours here. So then his schedule is like moved around, and he's like, I realise by Wednesday I haven't spent enough time with my wife and kids, so I don't do anything on a Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
And we have a kids' day, and I will go and see my kids and my wife, and I'll take her out. And then it was like, oh shit, it's not 9 to 5, blocking meetings, just yellow and blue on Outlook. It's literally just like, block here, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
What does he need to do to get through the week?
But you realise as well that he's had to block the personal time. You have to properly block that out, like kids' time.
Yeah,
like 4 hours, whatever. You don't just like leave it spare, because then people will put shit in.
Yeah.
If you're like, no, I'm unavailable.
If you don't have a boundary, you don't have something there. And I'm testament to this. If I don't have something planned in, or like don't have a boundary, like you could fucking. There's someone who'll be like, do you want to get Drayton Manor? I'll be like, yeah, alright then. And I'm like, just sack off everything that I know that I should do, but because I haven't put time in, I'll be like, yeah, go on, fun before work, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I have to be like structured with that. And I think that's one of the stuff, but at the small micro level that I had it, without having much of the income in the night, and being like, right, I'm just gonna do loads of comedy and have a brief period where I just, go through my savings to get there. I was like living like a comedian, but I wasn't earning any cash. I was just burning through savings to understand what the process was and like how it was. I was just burning through my money and waking up and just being like, right, so this is how you do it. Like, this is cool. I want this life because I feel better. I feel like me. I don't feel like, I don't know, sometimes, probably a different podcast or a therapist, but like, I feel like this is what my authentic self would be. Like, I'd get up and I was like nice to people when I was in a queue.
Well, you're not just creating a job for yourself, you're creating a life.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
fucking hell, that's so deep.
Stood in a queue, literally going like, hello, you're right, and I care about the person that's serving me coffee or whatever. Whereas when you're like on time pressures and someone else wants your time and stuff, you're like, can I just get this?
Yeah.
And then I walk away and go,
why did I do that?
That wasn't me.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm not being me.
Oh, mate, and it's even worse when, like, and I'm only saying this because I know you don't have a child yet, but when you snap at your kid because of those time pressures, and then you get that guilt later on, it's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, and I've had that many times. I'm like, why have I just like been snappy? It's not his fault. He's not controlling my life in terms of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Well, there are elements that he does.
Yeah, he definitely is.
But he's not making me work right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's complete. That was a really nice way to end that, actually, because when you make the jump, it's not just leaving your job. It's like you're actually creating like a fully functioning life.
Yeah.
The way that you want it to look.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the deepness of it.
Mate, love it. Chase the dreams, man. Live, laugh, love. Love the laugh you live.
Yeah.
Laugh, love, live.
Don't get that in your house as a little...
I've got it across my back.
Have you?
I've got it, just in case when the boys are there.
Quality. Safe. Episode 2.
We out.
We out.